freaks and ghouls, slashers and psychopaths, scaredy cats and scaredy dogs. I'm your horror host with the motherfucking most, the Headless Glen, and welcome to the Scaling Cemetery, where we dig up the stats of horrific individuals and bury the misconceptions. Once again, I'm touching on metal and rock mascots. This one being brought to my attention by the candy goblin that lives in my basement, through a playlist he made for me. As the title suggests, we'll be covering the Man in the Iron Mask, the icon of Quiet Riot. Likely most well known for their iconic song, Come On Feel the Noise. Given Iron Mask doesn't have actually that much to go on, we'll be using a composite version of the character for simplicity's sake. Created in 1983 to be the mascot for the band, the Man in the Iron Mask first appeared on the cover of Quiet Riot's third studio album, Metal Health, after Quiet Riot and Quiet Riot 2, restrained and wearing the now iconic mask. The character of the Iron Masked Man is rather unknown outside of the fact multiple covers show him restrained or kept locked away. This likely means he's a danger to either himself, others, or both. Apparently, the original idea for the Iron Masked Man was to be a Quiet Riot fan who has gone insane, a tie into the song Metal Health. But it is unknown if that's still the case. Stat-wise, the Man in the Iron Mask seems to be just a normal human. That is, unless you consider the song Metal Health to be coming from him or related to him in some way, which is dubious. If you do think he's inherently tied to the song, however, you can get some interesting results. It states he or the singer is like a laser, which we can interpret as speed. This would get us a speed, of course, at the speed of light. Assuming the man can charge someone at least 99.99% of this speed, as the speed of light kinetic energy is a bit fuzzy and dubious in terms of how to scale it, he gets a kinetic energy of 4 times 10 to the 22 joules, or country level. However, again, that is just if you buy a connection between the song and the character, which is dubious. Personally, I would keep him at the normal human levels of stat ranges. Where equipment is concerned, that is where the Man in the Iron Mask's attack potency rises. For starters, he may own a car, as shown on Quiet Riot's 13th studio album, Road Rage. While the size and weight of the car are unknown, it would likely have kinetic energy in the wall level ranges. It would also likely give Iron Mask superhuman movement and attack speeds. The most blatant equipment the man possesses comes from the band's most recent studio album, released in 2019, Hollywood Cowboys. In this art, the Man in the Iron Mask is shown to have a revolver, which would have attack potency in the street level ranges and attack speeds from subsonic to transonic. The Man in the Iron Mask really only has a couple abilities I know of, but they are pretty solid ones. I would argue the man has resilient or resistant immortality, basically the ability to live on when massive damage is done to the body that would kill a normal human. This, to my knowledge, is shown twice, that being once when he's alive with a hole in his chest, on the cover of Condition Critical. And I know what it's called, but the critical situation seems to be from the people grabbing at him. And the second time was when he is living as just a head on the cover of Down to the Bone. This basically means, at least as long as he has his head, he will keep on living. So you can chop off his arms and his legs, and he should still keep coming at you. On Quiet Riot's Highway to Hell, it is shown the Man in the Iron Mask seemingly transformed into a demon, or just a demon-like being is wearing the mask now. Now he, or the demonic being, has natural weaponry via claws, horns, and hooves, has resistance to fire and heat, as he is standing among flames, and possesses wings that might grant flight. Again, whether this is actually the Man in the Iron Mask, or if it's just another being wearing the mask, is dubious, but for the sake of the composite, we'll assume that it is the Iron Masked Man. So while he isn't that powerful unless you take into account mental health, he should be from street to wall level with his equipment, with immortality and the ability to transform. As for characters, that would be cool to have the man in the Iron Mask fight. Of course, I would want a weaker incarnation of Eddie or related Iron Maiden character to fight the Iron Mask. Maybe the Trooper, who I've covered in a separate video, or perhaps a semi-composited cyborg Eddie, who appears on the albums Stranger in a Strange Land and Somewhere in Time. Another interesting fight I could see would be Vic Rattlehead from Megadeth, limited to his comic appearance in the cryptic writings of Megadeth. Who would win? Well, I'll have to make a video to cover that, won't I? With that all said, stay frosty, you fucks!